Right then, I've got a couple of projects I'm going to be doing on my Land Rover Discovery 2 2002 model. First thing I want to do is, as you can probably guess from everything that's on the camera now, is rust proof underneath. So the products that I've gone for, as you can see, is the Waxoyl black spray paint. I'm just going to use that to get to hard to reach places and the stuff that probably isn't going to rust. I'm just going to use that on that just to add some sort of protection. We've got Neutrarust 661, which is supposed to be pretty good stuff, and as you can see it's approved by NATO and the MOD, so it's got to be good. Well, you'd hope so anyway. And then on the right then, as you can see, we've got Lanoguard, which is going to be the actual under seal that I put on afterwards. So this is what was in my Lanoguard kit. You've got the two nozzles, you've got the spray nozzle and the injector nozzle. You've got the actual spray that we're going to be using. That is a pot of grease. And then they give us this blanket that's apparently called a driveway protection blanket. Right then, just to show you sort of the condition underneath. Now, it looks a lot worse than it actually is on the screen. You see the rear subframe can be problematic. All this is going to be nice and fresh and new. And this is the general condition throughout the rest of the car as well. You know, it's pretty solid. Today's job is going to be putting the Neutrarust on. This is going on by hand with a brush. So, I mean, the seals are pretty good anyway, but we still need to do them. So hopefully all this brown would have turned to black, or whatever kind of bloody turns to, by the end of tomorrow. Let's crack on then.
15 to 45 minutes for drying, so one day for it to harden I think will be enough. So this is the first bit that I've done, and as you can see is gone a lot darker. Like, it might look bright on the video, but that's because I got my flash on, so it's done something. Right, this is the first day since before Christmas where we've had no bollocking wind or rain, and it's a bit warmer today as well, so we should be good to put the underseal on now. So the Neutrarust has been on about 4 or 5 days, and as you can see, all the sort of rust coloured bits turned to like this dark burgundy, benign layer, so it's not gonna keep rusting now, or that's the idea of it anyway. It all looks pretty good, and it's weird, it's got like a weird gloss feel to it. It's almost like it's been lacquered over, but this should be a good base coat now. We get our Lanoguard on. This is the other side. Right, so we got driveway protector, the actual Lanoguard coating, thick grease for all that sort of thing, nozzle gear, and then a brush to applicate that. Look at the look of it. That's going to go like that, that's going to unravel. There's a circlip on the pipe, which I'm guessing is the stop for the cap of the bottle. So I'm going to go for there. I'm guessing that submerges down in there. That screws on there. And the other end's got a circlip as well. And that goes on. Like that. Okay. Pretty easy. And then if we want to do the injection into the chassis frames, well, this doodarling, which looks like it screws on the end of the gun. The Lanoguard is now on. As you can see, it all looks wet. Going around every crack and crevice I can find. It's pretty easy to use in all fairness. I think the atomization on the injector nozzle could be better. It seems quite heavy, quite coarse. Because obviously you can't see inside the chassis rails and you don't really know what it looks like in there. I sprayed about 3/4 of the bottle just in the rails. To be fair, the normal nozzle for spraying the underneath, that done really well. It sprays very finely and it layers on quite well, to be fair. So if they could get that spraying like that, it'd be brilliant. Yeah, we need to wait and see now how it dries, and I'm gonna come back in a few weeks, see how much a boost we can give the car and see how well the rust proofing holds up. So I want to do a little check of the injector spray nozzle to see what the spray pattern is like. I did one yesterday. Now, full disclosure, the bottle was nearly empty. There was enough in there to do my test, and the gun was pressurized. So as far as I'm concerned, that should be enough. It should be okay. It should validate whatever I've done. The instructions on the bottle say that you shouldn't use the bottle below 10 degrees because it might cause issues with spraying. So whenever I've gone to use the bottle, I've always kept it indoors, as the instructions say. Yeah, it's good. So one quick spray. So after I did run out completely of the Lanoguard, I did wonder if engine oil would be close enough. I've only got some 5W30. Perhaps something a little bit thinner would have worked, but the oil that I used was just too thick. It wouldn't even go through the gun. So I've completely flushed the bottle and the gun out. And this morning I've tried water, obviously a lot thinner, and I think it is thinner than the Lanoguard fluid itself, and the spray is fine. So I'll show you here. So the bottle's pressurized. I'm going to do one spray. So as you can see, there's a relatively even spray across the whole length of the paper. So I think with something as thin as water, the spray nozzle is fine and it's brilliant. Now, on the Lanoguard YouTube channel, they do show an example of the nozzle, and they spray it in mid-air, and it sprays fine, and it's got a good mist on it. Whether or not that is the Lanoguard fluid, or if it's just water, I don't know. But if it is just water, then the fluid is thicker than that, so it might still cause an issue with the nozzle. not to bash them, is obviously worked to an extent. I just think it could be better. Now, the actual normal nozzle for the spray gun is brilliant. Atomizes really well, and even though this is water, that is what the Lanoguard was coming out of the gun like, you know. So it makes me think that the fluid itself wasn't the problem if the gun was spraying it like this. That's why I think I might have had a bit of a dodgy injector nozzle. Now, they have contacted me with just like a general follow-up review email to see how I got on with the kit, and I rated it very well and everything, but I did say to them that I think I had an issue with the injector nozzle and I think it could be better. I think if you could get the injector nozzle spraying like that, you'd be laughing. Like, the kit would be brilliant, and I'd recommend it to anyone. And I am probably going to use it again. I got no problems with the kit at all, apart from the injector nozzle spray. It just could be better, but you never know. If I get another one, that nozzle might be okay and it might not be an issue, you know. We do live in a world of imperfections, so the nozzle itself might just be one bad one out of a bunch.